Hey everyone out in YouTube land, it's Craig from Flying Wheels in Danville, New Hampshire. Once again, it's one of those days where I like my job because for the past 2 weeks I have been driving the new Cadillac Escalade ESV. I've learned a lot about it, I like a lot about it, I don't like a lot about it. If you want to know all the great things about the Cadillac Escalade ESV, watch my previous video from last week. Link is above right here. Okay, on to the next part. First of all, I'm going to start off by saying if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button down below. If this video is at all entertaining or useful to you, give me a thumbs up. This video is everything I do not like about the new Cadillac Escalade ESV. I've been driving this car for 2 weeks and I still can't figure everything out. It's just too much. There is too much going on. Now I get it. This vehicle is meant to be the best of the best. If you want something nice that has all the options, get the Denali XL. If you want the best, that's what this car is, and that's what it has. Everything. Too much, more than I need, still trying to figure it all out. Let's get started. I'll show you all the things that I do not like about the new Cadillac Escalade ESV. I'm going to go in order right from the way I figured it out at the beginning, getting into this car. So I got into this car, I got out of this car. All right, I was in a parking lot, there was a car right next to me. Watch what happens. This door opens 90 degrees. Why does it open 90 degrees? I have no idea. Usually you can feel it open 3 times. It's 1, 2, 3, and it stays at 3. This has a 4th extension. I have no idea why. And the other thing that's not nice about this, I mean, yeah, granted it will open wider and now I'm gonna slam it into somebody's door because it's so heavy. I can't reach the freaking door. I have to lean outside of the car to reach this door. It's silly, it doesn't make any sense. Why do you need to open at 90 degrees? I have no idea. If you guys know, let me know why, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Next thing, working on the inside, I wanted to turn the radio on. Okay, so, not knowing how this car works, how do I turn the radio on? Do I hit the volume? Audio volume, no. Alright, so I'll go here, audio, radio. Okay, so now we have audio. Here are the channels. Alright, that's too loud. Let me push this down. Oh wait, nothing's happening. Alright, so do I push it harder? Do I push it harder? Nothing's happening. There we go. I'm pushing with all my might to get it to turn down. Everything on here is push screen, and you can feel it vibrate when you touch it, and it works just like your cell phone. It's touch push. But some of the buttons, I don't know if they've worn out or what, but the volume, I actually have to physically push it hard to get it to work. If I just touch the volume up, you can see I'm just touching it, it goes up. I can feel it vibrate. It doesn't do it for lower. The other thing it doesn't do is for the heated seats. I have to push it just a little bit harder. And then even on the back seats, I have heated seats back here that sometimes work and sometimes don't work. I was pushing that one pretty hard, this one I didn't. It's all touch screen back here, so I have to rely on my kids to figure it out. These buttons are starting to push, not push. The other thing I'm not too fond of is the temperature controls. Alright, so here's down. Alright, so now we can lower the temperature, turn the fan down. You see how many times I have to push it to turn it up or down? I like my Denali where I just turn a knob all the way up or turn it. Perfect example, I'm in a Denali right now, and you can see I just push the radio buttons on, off. Fan, turn it all the way up, turn it all the way down. Temperature, all the way up, all the way down. It's nice and easy. I don't have to push a lot of buttons. The home screen's also a lot easier to navigate. I just hit home. I can see all the buttons on the screen. It's a lot easier to get to. Radio, media, versus actually having to touch the screen to get there. And then even my instrument cluster, you can see I do still have the LCD display, but I have the regular gauges, which are much easier to navigate through and see, and then I can control everything through here versus going from side to side, because I had on the Escalade controls here and controls here. On this one, it's just here. I can scroll through everything all at once. I don't necessarily need everything that I had in the other car. The key fob is easy and convenient. I'll give it that. I don't need to push the key in and turn, and I do like that. But as a woman, it would make sense. You just keep the key in your purse, you touch the door handle, and it opens, it unlocks, you push the button. You never have to find your key, ever. As a man, yes, I guess I can keep the key in my pocket, but I don't usually. I usually have it in my hand. So now I have to put it in the cup holder or find a place for it, turn it on, then go find the key. Or it's just confusing, and I don't really necessarily need it. I like to put my key in and just know that my key is right there. So this truck has something called lane alert, which will alert you If there's somebody in your blind spot in your mirror, it will actually beep if you're getting too close to the white line on either side, and it will vibrate in your seat. I know it has that option. I can't figure out how to activate it because there's too much going on. I've tried the home button. I've tried going to the settings. Let's see, settings. It doesn't really have a spot for it. I haven't really figured that out yet. The other thing is the glove box. When I go to the glove box, again, I showed you in the other video, there's no door handle. You push this, which is pretty fancy. It's really neat. Do you know how many times I've accidentally opened the glove box just by pushing buttons? Too many times already in only 2 weeks. The voice command is extremely frustrating. So I'll hit the button.
Command, please.
Navigation.
What type of destination?
I'm not going to do it because I don't want you to all know where I live. But I did say my address perfectly clear, and it brought me to New York. Now, I live in New Hampshire, but it put an address in New York. And it does it every single time. It never gets address right the first time, which I can't just say the whole name, street, address, number, town, zip code. It then changes and makes me say the town, the state, the town, the address. It just takes a long time. I could do it quicker on my phone. The remote start is pretty simple. I do like it. However, I can't figure out how to hit the remote start and have it turn on the heated seat and the heated steering wheel. That would be a nice feature if it did have that. You can see here already this armrest is starting to wear out. Same on the passenger side. It doesn't look so bad until I do this, and you can see how hollow that is. I don't know. There's foam here, but it almost feels like there's nothing right there. Here's my biggest problem with this car. It's too nice. I bought it because I have 3 kids and my wife. I don't want my kids in it. It's too nice. I'll clean it, and then my kids will go in one time. I picked them up from school one time. They each opened their lunch boxes to eat snacks. There were Cheerios. There was applesauce. Everywhere. It was a disaster. This truck is too nice to have kids in. I don't want to put them in it. So instead, I put them in my wife's minivan or in my truck. The other thing is the black paint and the chrome wheels. I don't want to drive it in the rain. I don't want to drive it in the snow. It just looks too good when it's clean to get it dirty. So on the rainy days, I take my truck. On days when I have my kids, we take the minivan. So I actually don't use this for its purposes because it's too nice to use. Let's be honest, I bought it for myself because I want an Escalade. But really I need a truck, so I bought it for my wife to use. She didn't want it. She likes her minivan too much. She likes that she pushes a button and the doors slide open. My kids can pull a handle and the door opens and slides for them. It's just too convenient. The third row has a compartment in the bottom where she can put all the groceries. This doesn't have that. It's too high up. It's too long. It's too bad on gas. There are too many options that she didn't like about it that made her want to keep her minivan over the $120,000 Escalade ESV. Walking around it, everything about this car says, wow, look at me, flash. If you are not that type of person, this car is not for you. I actually feel slightly around depending on my situation. If I'm going out for a nice dinner with my wife, I really feel great in it. But if I'm showing up to baseball practice and dropping off my kids, I kind of feel like a prick. The other thing is I kind of feel like I'm driving a limousine everywhere I go. It's gigantic, it's black on black. Everywhere I go, I feel like I'm a chauffeur. I picked my grandmother up from the airport yesterday, which was pretty fitting. I made a sign with her name on it and a nice little hat and stepped out in my limousine and picked her up and opened the door for her. But that is what this vehicle is for, basically. It's for limousine service or that person that wants the wow. And I feel like it's too much for me and that I am always driving a limo. So there's not a ton I can complain about the best vehicle on the road. It is amazing in every way. As a matter of fact, it's almost too amazing. There's too much going on. It's too high tech. It's really difficult for me to figure it all out. Forget about having to figure it all out and then explain it all to my wife and teach her how to use it. There is no DVD player. Obviously, it comes with a DVD option, but my kids really need the DVD player to keep them entertained and keep them from fighting with each other. So, unfortunately, I won't keep this car. It's just too nice. There's too much going on. I'm going to have to downgrade and get something less. But if you're the type of person that likes the flash, likes the high class, likes the wow factor, and really wants to make a statement, this car is for you. If you have 3 kids and really live a typical normal life where your kids are going to destroy things and you have to go to baseball games and don't want to show off, this car probably isn't the best option. Maybe you should downgrade to the Yukon XL or the Suburban, which still have all the pizzazz and a lot of great features, just not that, wow, look at me, that the Escalade has. Hey, if this video is at all entertaining, helpful, or anything else for you guys, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram at flying_wheels_. Thanks, everyone. See you in the next video.